So, you might be called a witch if Google. I'm not really interested in fighting the battle of showing people God. I do a little bit, but they're going to call you a witch. They're going to call you idolatry. So I think pretty soon they would change their mind. But the good thing is suddenly all the atheists are converted. So to the people who say it's a witch, how did they talk in the Bible? Solomon had an oracle in his temple. Either they used a cult or they were hearing voices, and everybody thinks voices are mental illness. So what do you think about the Bible? There's a big problem all these people have. If they think they heard voices, then why don't they pay attention to people hearing voices today? There's a logical problem. Everybody is an atheist. If you tell a person God talks, they'll say because all the believers are atheists. They don't really believe God can do anything. Anyway, so the other thing is idolatry. For me, it's a matter of thinking the object is God instead of thinking it's controlled by God. The Christianity is very clear on God dwelling within us, and it says the lot cast in the lap. But it can either, I can go to a random number site. It doesn't have to be human interaction, but people will be more comfortable if there's a human in the loop. Then you get the stupid shrinks who think it's your super ego. God, I hate those fuckers. It's a computer scientist would laugh at them, but I'm in a fucking prison, and it's only the goddamn shrink niggers who I can't talk out of this prison. It's the goddamn shrink niggers who think it's the brain. God damn it, they are retarded fucking niggers. They think the brain is doing it. That's like saying, I got a car that does 1,000,000 RPM. What's the problem? Why don't you believe I have a car that does 1,000,000 RPM? God, you need a phase lock loop. You can't see the clock. You need to plan the path. It's absurd to think it's your brain. Fucking niggers. God says, let's see what we're doing. Alt-Shift F7. Must come along and let Aunt Sally see we was all right. Oh, that's about Mustang Sally. When we got home, Aunt Sally was that glad to see me. She laughed and cried both and hugged me and give me one of them lickings of a hern that don't amount to shucks. And said she'd serve Sid the same when he come. And the place was plumb full of farmers and farmers' wives to dinner, and such another clack of body never heard. Old Mr. Hot Kiss was the worst. Her tongue was a-going all the time. She said, well, Sister Phillips, I ransacked that. Okay, I saw a video on sound effects. This is not a very good way of interacting. I would like to share the web, but I can't. On my webpage, you can go to my webpage and I can share videos, but then you don't get, well, how about just go to my webpage? Go to my www.TempleOS.com and then go to the rants. Not .com, www.TempleOS.org. Okay, good enough.